Hello and thank you so much for clicking and for watching this match reaction video. It has finished Sheffield United 0, Southampton 2. Southampton's first win in the Premier League for 2 months. Goals from James Ward-Prowse from the penalty spot, a magnificently well taken penalty. There aren't too many players in the Premier League that can hit a ball better than James Ward-Prowse. Wonderfully well taken penalty. But then to cap it all off, Shea Adams with a magnificent goal in the second half. The way that he adjusted his position, his movement from where he was to get to where he was to take the ball first time, it was a magnificent volley, and it has to be seen to be believed. So, watch it on Match of the Day, seek it out on YouTube, seek it out on Sky Sports News. It was unbelievable. And that is a massive 3 points for Southampton, who have been absolutely decimated by injuries. The last win coming before this against Liverpool a couple of months ago at 1-0 win at home at St Mary's, where Ralph Hasenhüttl was really emotional after that game. And who could have foreseen what would happen to them after that result? They were. I even did a video questioning, are they candidates for European football? Are they candidates for the Europa League? But they've just been decimated with injuries, and I'll get to that in a second. But today they were worth the 3 points. Heads haven't dropped. Confidence has been very low, but they've kept going, and they finally got 3 points in the Premier League. A massive win for Southampton. So congratulations to them, because I thought the likes of Kyle Walker-Peters today coming back. He's been out injured. Came in on loan in January. Hasn't played much football for Southampton, but he's come in today. He's done a really, really good job. I thought, of course, James Ward-Prowse, again, what a performance from him. And then Danny Ings goes off early and Shea Adams comes on, gets that goal, but his all-round contribution was there for all to see. Milamino's come in from Liverpool, and every time I see him, I just think, what have Liverpool let go here? He's got energy, he's got enthusiasm, he's got pace. Just great. And Bednarak and Vestergaard today look back to their best. It was really important that they got a result today, Southampton, because the next game is against Manchester City. So they needed a result today, because if they're going to go to Manchester City, they need to be in a positive frame of mind. And this win, hopefully for them, will give them that confidence, and maybe they can kick on now and have a good finish to the season. Because for the first half of the season, I thought they were one of the best teams to watch. I thought they were worth their position at the top end of the table, but they have been decimated by injuries. Of course, the media aren't talking about this. Now, there are other teams that have been decimated by injury, whose form has dipped, who've fallen away from the top of the league, the top half of the league, and they're afforded all these excuses. But for Southampton, it seems to just be, from what I've been hearing and what I've been reading, it seems to just be, well, this is the reality of how good they are, really. But actually, it's not, because when you're missing the likes of Vestergaard, Romeu, Ings has multiple injuries. You have so many. You lose Kyle Walker-Peters, who comes in January, but then gets injured straight away. There are other injuries as well. So they're absolutely decimated with injuries. And then, of course, going to Old Trafford and losing 9-0, confidence is at an all-time low. And they've just fallen away, and they've been so unlucky. So they were worth that win today, and they needed it. But if you look at the narrative for a team like Liverpool, from the media, from fans, from pundits, the narrative for Liverpool is that they've got injuries, but they'll be back next season, and this isn't really a reflection of how good they are as a team. They're missing Van Dijk, they're missing Matip, missing Gomez. The front three aren't scoring goals, but this isn't really a reflection of how good Liverpool are, really, because they've been decimated with injuries. But you don't hear the same stories, the same narrative around Southampton, who've been decimated by injuries. I just think that's not fair, really. I think if you're going to afford one team, one club excuses, then you have to afford the other those sorts of excuses. And Southampton, of course, decimated by injuries, so worth the win today. And again, I thought Kyle Walker-Peters was really good today. He was really good, and someone who I thought had a really good game today was Teller. I thought um, he was a nuisance. He had a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm, and he caused Sheffield United a lot of problems. So he's definitely one for the future. But overall, I thought Southampton were worth the win today. You can't fault the effort and the commitment and the desire, the enthusiasm, all that sort of good stuff from Sheffield United. But they do look like a team that's just out of ideas. And for me, they're gone. They're gone. And they should have been going into this game today confident after that win against a really good Aston Villa team this season. Aston Villa, they ain't no mugs. They've had a really good season. You know, it's not been stop-start. They've had a good season. They deserve to be where they are. But Sheffield United, after that win, should have gone into this game today full of confidence. But I didn't ever believe Sheffield United were gonna score or were gonna get anything from this game. And maybe they were thinking if we can get to half time at 0-0, let's see how we go in the second half. Maybe nick a goal. But as soon as that penalty went in, I just felt, you know what, this is Southampton's day, and they didn't look back. And after the second goal from Shea Adams, they could have had 3 or 4. They could have had a couple more goals because they were that good. And maybe if they're a little bit more clinical, you know, they put those chances away. Ramsdale made a couple of good saves, of course, and maybe the decision making has to be better from Southampton when they get into those positions from players. When you've got players either side, you've got your decision making has to improve. I think for Southampton, but I thought today they were worth that 3 points. And to go 2 months without a win, your confidence must be at rock bottom. And confidence plays such a big part in any sport, in any job really. You need to be confident about what you're doing. And I've said this about different teams this season. I said it about Manchester United. I said, how will the measure of how good a team is how they react to losing a game. If you've been on a really good run and then you lose, how will you respond? And Southampton have struggled. They have struggled. Wouldn't have helped chipping 9 goals against Manchester United. It wouldn't have helped to be losing. I think it was 7 out of the last 8 before today. Correct me if I'm wrong. So to go there to get a clean sheet, Vestergaard and Bednarak back to the best today, but it'll be a big test for them against Manchester City in the week. That's a huge game coming up for Southampton. But if they can get something there, then as I say, they should be able to finish the second half of the season still in the FA Cup as well. So it's all to play for Southampton. But what did you think? Did you watch the game? And what are your thoughts now on Southampton? What are your thoughts on the performance, on their chances of finishing in the top half of the table? Let me know in the comments section. If you haven't subscribed already, why not subscribe? Leave me a like. And until next time, thank you so much for watching this match reaction video, and I will see you all soon.